all the way over there. You know what? Yes, I am. Please get up. Alrighty, hi guys, it's me Tran back again with another video, and this week's video is gonna be another wig install tutorial. I have one wig install tutorial on my channel. I'll put it right here so you guys can see that, and I'll put it in the description box below. That video got like 500 views, and even though that's not a lot, that's a lot to me because the rest of my videos have not reached that part. So I was like, let me go ahead and do another wig install tutorial for you guys because you guys like that, obviously. To be honest, I've been had another wig install tutorial recorded, but it's like every time I try to record a video, something went wrong, like my storage wasn't active right, or like some clips I didn't get into it, so like I wasn't able to upload it. But finally I got everything down, and this boom, this is what the end result ended up to be. It actually took me a little longer, I don't know, depending on how I'm gonna edit the video, but it actually took me a little bit longer to install this wig than what it normally take me to, because this wig wasn't new. I reinstalled it, and the first time I installed it I didn't pluck it or anything because like I didn't think it needed it, but as I wore it and stuff like that and look back at videos, I realized maybe it did need to be plucked a little bit. So ooh, my throat. This side, I'm really loving this side. This side, I mean, it's okay, it's giving me mixed emotions, but it's really just the edges. It's really just the edges that I keep having to play with on this side. So I went in and plucked it a little more. You can see right here. Right here on this side it's plucked. I kept plucking this side. I'm probably gonna end up plucking it more, but I don't feel like it right now. So I was like, whatever, we're gonna do what to do, and we gonna keep it moving. I fixed this so many times already, and I'm still fixing it. But that's how you do edges. You just keep on messing around with it until you get what you need, until you get what you want, baby. Edges don't come out perfect the first time you just swoop. You gotta swoop, baby. You gotta keep swooping. But I don't even know what I'm talking about now. I'm really just rambling. If you guys would like to see, oh my god, y'all. Alright. If you guys would like to see how I achieved this baby hairs, this scalp on this side. If you guys like this video, or if you guys think you're gonna like this video, or if you guys want more videos like this, like, comment, and subscribe. I really don't have nothing else to say. So, oh my god, no. But yeah, I really don't have nothing else to say. So if you guys want to see how I got this, just keep on watching. So the first step, as you guys know, is to start by applying your bald cap. Before I did this, I made sure I oiled my scalp just to make sure everything is nice and healthy, you know, up underneath. I'm just cutting around the ears, and if you go ahead and do this first, it actually keeps like the wig cap flatter to your head. So this is just a little tip if you want to go ahead and do that first, just to, you know, help that. Right now what I'm doing is just applying free spray. I apply 3 layers of this, making sure each one is dry underneath it, and while I'm drying it, I'm using my comb to push it down, and this is just to help the wig cap stick more and to make it as skin-like as possible at the end, if that makes sense. So I'm just using this powder, and I'm just going to go ahead and brush this all over my cap. And I just go ahead and do this first. That way when I go ahead and like clean around with the alcohol, it's just going to be easier. Like, it won't be as much makeup to clean off or anything like that. So now all I'm doing is just pulling the wig cap back
around my natural hairline, but making sure it don't get too close. That way, we don't get any glue in that area. And I don't know where that line came from. I guess something was too tight. So I literally cannot find 99% alcohol anywhere. So I'm just going in with the 70% alcohol, and I'm just taking that and cleaning it around my hairline, because if you go in and use the glue, it's gonna stick. But if you clean around with the alcohol, it's gonna make it last longer because there's nothing, like, the area is clean. So this is the hair we're going to be working with. It's loose wave, 20 inches, I believe. And right now what I'm just doing is applying the same makeup that I apply on my ball cap onto the inside of the lace. And I'm just going to spray that with freeze spray just to lock the color in, make sure, it just doesn't, the powder doesn't move around. And I'm just going to blow dry that in place. And right now what I'm doing is just fitting the wig on my head. And I realized that, you could see the little side pieces, so I just went ahead and cut those off. So I didn't get this part, but I outlined the edge of where the lace was, just to make sure I know exactly where to place my glue. And I seen this trick by some YouTuber or whatever when I be watching YouTube videos. But yeah, so what I'm doing is, the same old thing, just applying 3 layers of bow hold, making sure each layer is completely dry, completely clear before we apply the next one, and making sure our layers are thin enough for them to dry. So yeah. So as you can see here, I'm just pulling the lace down to where I made that mark with the pen earlier. And I'm just going to use my comb and my blow dryer and just comb it back and just push it further into the skin. And I don't know how I missed this whole side, but I just went ahead and put some more glue right there. So now I'm just using some free spray just to spray the front of the hairline down, just to make sure all the baby hairs and like no hairs are in my way, because I'm about to cut. First off, I'm putting the elastic band on there just to, you know, make sure that thing is melted, baby. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, because I'm about to cut the front of the lace off because some of it was balding or whatever. So yeah, I just cut away some of that. You'll see that later on in the video though. So I'm just blow drying the thing because I don't have a hooded dryer, so that imitates that. And as you can see, that looks a mess. That side was plucked, but the other side wasn't. So I was like, oh my god, I got a lot of work to do. So like I was saying earlier, I just took some scissors and I'm just cutting away some of that extra lace, as you can see here in this clip. And I'm going to get that extra hair later on in the video, but I don't know why I used scissors and then razors on the other side, but it turned out okay in the end, as you saw in the beginning. But yeah, and I'm just beginning to pluck this side. I literally was plucking throughout this whole video, and after the video I was plucking, and I'm going to still go back in and pluck it because it still doesn't look how I really want it to. Like that other side looks so good, like in the front hairline, and I'm not understanding why I couldn't get the other side to look like that. But you can just see me pluck away. So now what I'm doing is just cutting off that extra little hair that was right there in the hairline earlier, as you guys seen before. And I noticed I started pulling up my lace just to make sure it was all down, and as you can see it wasn't. So I just put a little bit more glue there because we're about to tie down the hair again. And as you can, I told y'all I'm about to be plucking throughout this whole video, but I just went ahead and cleaned off the hairline again for like extra glue, and then the pen that we used earlier. So before I tie down my hair, I'm just gonna go ahead and pull out the hairs that I want to cut for the baby hairs, just to make sure that when I go ahead and cut them, they're already like flat down, if that makes sense. You'll see if you do it, like, it just makes it so much easier to swoop because they're already laid into position. So yeah. So I'm just taking some mousse and I'm just gonna use that on the hairline part, and this is just going to my bad. This is just gonna push the hair back. Make sure it's just do it. Like at the end, you'll just get a flawless look. I can't explain what it does really. Like it just pushes the hair back. Really, I don't even know what I'm talking about, but. So I'm just using my elastic band again and just using that to tie around our hair. And then I'm going to use my blow dryer and do blow dry for 10 minutes. And I'm just going ahead and cut away the baby hairs just so I won't have to do it after I take it off. And as you can see, I'm just going ahead and blow drying it for a full 10 minutes. I was bored, like just sitting here, like, okay. But now what I'm doing, just taking that off. And as you can see, it looks better than what it did in the beginning when I first took it off. Like, you can say that, Just give me my credits. But what I'm gonna do now is just part my hair in the middle, just where I just want my hair parted today. I haven't tried a side part. I might do that next. I just haven't did a side part in a long time, y'all. Like, it's been so long. But what I'm doing now, we're gonna go ahead and do these baby hairs. I can't really explain how to do baby hairs. Like, you really have to do, like, move with their fingers. Like, you just gotta let it flow, really. Like, I can't explain it, but I'm just using mousse to do it. You can really use anything you really like. Mousse, Eco, edge control, what really works for you. But if you use mousse, I'm so sorry. If you use mousse, make sure it doesn't have alcohol in it because that will cause the lace to lift. So yeah, I'm just, reforming my edges, doing what works for me. If I'm seeing that some hairs or some areas don't have enough hair, I'm just pulling more down to make it fuller, cutting some away if they're too long, plucking them if it's too thick. Like, you really just have to do what works for you. So you guys can watch this and try to get some little ideas, but yeah. So what I'm doing now is just taking a neck strip, and this is just going to lay the baby hairs flat and absorb any extra moisture that's still on the lace. So I'm just taking 2 of those, and then I also use my satin star, bruh, like for real. I also use my satin scarf, as you can see, and I tied that down also because we want as much pressure on that lace to make sure it's still getting flat. So as that's laying down, I went ahead and put some conditioner and water mixture onto my hair just to get it wet, to get those curls popping. And I went ahead and brushed it out because that little poofy look that we had going on wasn't working. It wasn't. Once again, we're going to use our blow dryer for 10 minutes, acting like a hooded dryer, this is just to use heat. Also, like, it just adds for more melt at the end, if that makes sense. So now what I'm doing is just using the teeth part of my little edge brush thing, and I'm just brushing those up a little bit because I don't want it to be like flat to my scalp. And then I'm just using a bit of She Is Bomb Edge Control just to mold my edges a little bit more because they weren't to my fullest desire, really. Like, after the video, I still play with them a little bit because it's like something was still off to me. But yeah, like I said before, edges, really, you could just constantly gotta play around with them to your liking. Like, it's not gonna be perfect the first time at all. So this is what the edges are looking like after I somewhat started filling them a little bit. Yeah. So now I'm just taking my wax stick, and we're just gonna go ahead and use our hot comb just to lay the lace down flatter. And I'm just defining my part a little bit, but as you can see, my hot comb was on the moment I started this wig, so that thing is hot, so I had to be careful. But yeah, this is just to make sure that the lace goes flat. We're gonna push the hairline back to make it look more natural. It's like whenever I do my hair, sometimes like I'm never satisfied. Like, I just kept on playing around with my edges. Like, it literally, I was getting so mad. Like, why in the world would, like, come on, cooperate, like, for real. And as you guys could probably tell, I didn't need the concealer on my part. I was really just trying to be extra. But what I'm going to do now is just put some mousse on the top of my hair because it was some flyaways. But this basically is the end result of it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And just let me know what other videos you guys would like. And yeah, I hope you guys have a nice day. Bye.